Hey everyone, Tenji here. And with the start of July, we got new trading post items. So let's go take a look at them and see what all we got. Well, we're starting off with an ensemble. It's the Deepest Depths diving suit. This is a pretty neat looking outfit, and it's a 9-piece set. This is one I do like quite a bit. It's just at 800 tenders. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I should hold off now and maybe get it at a later date. Next up we have the Underlight Corrupted Behemoth. This looks very similar to the Wondrous Wave Whisker, just the coloring's a little bit different. The price seems to be right on point for mounts at 800 tenders. Not too bad looking of an item though. Next on our list is a pet. This is Bulb. He's just a little goldfish pet, and as of yet I haven't bought any pets off here. He's 500 tenders if you're gonna get him, but it's one I think I'll pass on this month. Okay, now this is pretty cool. We have a Deep Sea Treasure Pack. This will go onto your back slot, and it looks like a little fish tank stuck to your back. I kinda like this, and for the price of only 300 tenders, it seems pretty reasonable. Next up we have a helm. For 225 tenders, we have the Vengeful Crusader's helm. This is a helm that we've had a couple times already, so this is just a recolor. It's a pretty nice looking helm, just not something I'd be interested in right now. Now we have another helm. This time it's the Copper Diver's Bonnet. This is 220 tenders, and it looks like it's part of the diver's suit, just a different color. Now we have a staff here. It's 200 tenders, and it's the Riptide staff. This model has been in the game since the Burning Crusade. It's not too bad looking, it's just something I wouldn't normally buy. Now we're going to go with the Titan Thunderbolt. This will run you 180 tenders, and I do believe this is a new model. I don't think I've seen this in game before. If I'm mistaken, let me know down in the comments. But I normally don't buy any bows. I don't play my hunters enough to justify it at this point. Okay, now this is pretty cool. This is another piece from the diver set, and it's only 160 tenders. It's the Copper Diver's Tank. I like the coloring on this one a little bit better, and it is pretty unique. This is in the I might buy category. I'm not sure yet. And here we go with another diver's item. This time it's the Copper Diver's Pauldrons. These are only 130 tenders, so the price is really good on them also. These again may be something I look into buying this month. I'm just not sure. I feel like I'm kinda low on tenders, since I started off with only 800 this month, and I'm usually up over 1,000. I spent a little more than I should last month. Here we have the Riptide Dagger. If you buy this, it's going to set you back 125 tenders. It's not a bad looking little dagger. This again is just another recolor of another dagger that dropped in the Burning Crusade. But this is something I'll pass on because I don't normally buy daggers. Now we have a fist weapon. For 125 tenders, you could buy the Riptide Gut Puncher. And it's something I don't think I'll pick up because I normally don't use fist weapons. Now we have a two-handed axe. It's the Riptide Slicer. This again will cost you 125 tenders. It's something I don't own, but I don't think it looks all that great, so it's something I'm not going to pick up. Here we have a wand. It's the Wand of the Riptide. This will set you back 125 tender, and again, it doesn't look terrible. I just don't use wands, so I'm not going to waste my tender on it. Open, here we go. We have a classic Deep Tabard. This is 100 tender. This one doesn't look too bad. I did like the ring mill ones they did quite a bit. I don't like these ones quite as much, but they still don't look terrible. Now we're back into an ensemble. We have the Vagabond's Deep Threads. These have been pretty constantly up here every month, just a different color every month. They're only 100 tenders. They're pretty good for filling up your shopping list at the end of the month. Here we have the other ensemble. It's the Wanderer's Deep Trappings. I like these ones a little better than the Vagabonds, and the price is the same at 100 tender. I think these look really good, and I have bought these a few times as they've been putting them up. I just don't think I'm going to get any this month. Okay, now I like these. The Trader's Deep Svarog for only 100 tenders. It's usually a pretty good buy. I bought a few of these through the months too, and I've seen some people do some really good transmogs with them. I don't think I'll grab this one this month, even though I do like the color. I'll wait for it to come around again. Our next item is the Trident of the Riptide. This again is only 100 tenders, so the price on it isn't too bad. And I suppose if you were to buy the diving gear, this would probably go really good with it. Now we have the Blade of the Riptide. This is only 80 tender. For that price, it's not too bad. It's just a one-handed sword. There's nothing really special about it. It's something I'll pass on. Well, here we go. We have the Copper Diver's Corselet. This is only 80 tender. I do like the coloring on this one a little better than I like the ensemble coloring. This may be one I pick up. Now we have the Copper Diver's Greaves. These are only 80 tender also, so the price on these aren't too bad. and I do like this color variant much better than the other diver set. I think this may be what I go with. Here we have a one-handed mace. It's the Riptide Basher. It's not a bad looking little mace. There's nothing really special about it, but being I overspent my tenders last month, I don't think this is something I'm gonna buy this month. Now we have a shield. It's the Riptide Bulwark. This is only 80 tender again, so the price is really good on it, and it's a pretty nice looking shield. It's just not something I'm gonna go after yet. Here we have the Dueler's Deep Shoulder Capes. These are always pretty neat, and I see a lot of people do a lot of stuff with transmogs with these. I've picked up a couple of the colors as they've come out, and at 75 tenders, these are a really good deal, I think. We got another diver's piece. This time it's the Copper's Diver's Belt. This is only 60 tender. Again, this isn't too bad. It's something I may look into. Now we have the Copper Diver's Boots. Again, these are only 60 tender, and I do like this set a little better, so I may grab these. Now we have a set of gloves. It's the Copper Diver's Gloves. The price on these are only 60 tender. And the more I see this lighter color diving set, the more I'm liking it. Really think it's going to be my big buy for the month. Now we have the Copper Diver's Wrist Seals. This is another piece for the diver set, and it's only 10 tender. I'm going to have to add it up and see how much it costs for the entire off-color set. That may be the way I go. I do like the coloring a little better than the ensemble. Okay, that's just crazy. We only have one returning item this month. It's a mount. It's the Crimson Glimmer Fur. This is one I already own, and it's a pretty nice looking mount. I just wish they would have added wings to it like they did with the blue version of this mount. But it's not a bad mount overall. So for this month, I ended up buying the copper version of the diving set. I thought it looked a little better overall. And here's what it looks like. There's two reasons I bought this. One, it's in pieces, and if they put it back up, they may not put it all up at one time. It may be a piece or two here or there. And two, if they do put the ensemble back up, which they should at some point, we'll be able to get that all in one piece, and it'll probably be the same price as it is now. The other thing I did was take the Underlight Corrupted Behemoth, and I added that to my frozen items for the month, and that leaves me with just under 1,000 tender, which I'm going to hang on till next month. I don't really like being that low on tender, so hopefully there isn't a lot to buy again next month. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm going to send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.